Sewing can be a bit overwhelming when you think about patterns and techniques, but it can be made really simple if you simply think about cloning clothes. And the last time I went fabric shopping, I got this little piece of remnant, which is half a meter, to be exact, like 56 centimeters long, and it has Mexican motifs. And I just realized it is from the movie Coco. It has the little boy with his hoodie and the guitar, so it's quite adorable. I love Mexico, so I couldn't leave it behind. So I'm going to make a blouse with elastic band on the sleeves and on the bottom as well, on the hemline, because I think it's ideal for this sort of trousers. You don't have to tuck it in, it just stays in place, and I think it will suit any body type because it's really flattering on the waistline. In my opinion, working with these little pieces of remnants, it's really rewarding because with only this you get a new item of clothing with only little money. I have the price here, stay with me until the end and I'll tell you. And then another thing is that you really have to think about what you're going to do, so it's you're working with your creativity, you're being really creative, trying to figure out what to do with this, so that's really good. So if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot, and that way you don't miss anything, because I upload twice a week, and I leave you here my Instagram account as well in case you want to see my everyday life, recipes, and me being silly a lot, and we can even talk about projects over there. The top is going to be a really simple top, a bit like this one, with a sort of bat sleeve that goes all from the side seam to the sleeve. So the seam on top is going to be as well from the neckline down to the sleeve. And one thing I have to do is round the neckline so I can put it on easily. The fabric is adorable. It's cotton, it's a poplin, and it's not too stiff, it's quite thin. So I just pressed it so it doesn't have any wrinkles, and I'm going to cut it straight away. I'm going to fold my fabric so I can trace around the t-shirt I want to clone, and then sew right sides together, hem the neckline and add the elastic band to the sleeves and the bottom. So the process is the same as we've always done. We're going to fold our fabric so we get both patterns at the same time, front and back. And then we're going to place our t-shirt on top. The t-shirt is only for reference. We're not going to cut it the same way because it's not the same fabric. The t-shirt is stretchy and the cotton isn't. And now, as always, right sides together, and I'm going to start sewing from the top seam, from neckline to sleeve, and then the side seam. I have a normal needle on, a 9014, and I'm going to be sewing in pink. The fabric has loads of pink, and if I thread it now in pink, I have it ready for the hemlines. And I'll be zigzag stitching or serging, fake overlock, something, so it doesn't fray, because cotton will fray. And for the neckline, I'm going to just do a double hem, making sure I don't stretch it so it doesn't wrinkle, so I follow the curve. And of course I'm going to press it so it looks nice. And for the elastic band that goes on the sleeves and on the hemline, I'm going to do the same method I did the last video I did for clothing, the remnant dress, and it was really easy. And instead of making a double hem and putting the elastic band in with a safety pin, you just sew it straight away. So I think it's really easy and comfy to do. It's really useful. So let's do it that way. And measure yourself with the elastic band. It doesn't matter if it measures 25 or 20 centimeters or 30. Just do it with the elastic band you're going to use, because they change. So if you do it with your measuring tape, maybe depending on the width or how stiff it is, it's going to measure differently. So do it with the elastic band. Once I have what I need cut, I'm going to close the elastic bands with a zigzag stitch. So now I'm going to pin these elastic bands to where they go, 4 pins, stretching to see where they go, and then folding twice and sewing with a straight stitch. If you find this a bit difficult to handle all the pins at once, what you can do is to have another step, which is sewing with a zigzag stitch in between. Once you pin the first time, you sew with a zigzag stitch and then you fold twice to do the hemming. This is a bit easier and it's also really good. The neckline is a bit wider than what I thought it would, but I really like it. I like boat style necklines. The neckline is a bit wider than what I thought it would, but I love it. And I think these 70s sort of style blouses look good on anyone. They are really easy to wear, they are comfy because you don't have any armhole area that's going to be annoying at summer, for example, or at any time really. So they are really comfy and I think they look good on anyone. I think it's a really flattering top because it lands right on your waistline, so they are ideal for any body type and they are ideal for any high-waisted trousers or skirts. Anything you have a waistline on, a really nice waistline, it's going to look fabulous. And sewing with remnants, I think it's ideal to work with your creativity, to see what you can do with a little piece of fabric, and it's ideal to save some money because this piece of remnant cost me only 2.95, so it's really cheap to have an item for €3 and no one else has it, so it's really original as well. I love the elastic band, how you sew it, it's really easy. So let me know that in the comments what you thought. If you like this kind of top, you can even make it in 2 colors if you haven't got enough fabric for 2. So it's really good. And if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing, and I leave you here a link to all the cloning projects I've made. It's ideal to get a t-shirt you like, a t-shirt that fits really well, and use it as reference to clone it. So I'll leave you this and I'll see you next week. Bye!